The death toll in the earthquakes that devastated parts of Turkey and Syria has climbed to more than 35,000 people. That includes 20 from the family of a West Michigan doctor.
And still, a week later, his family waits, hoping that rescuers can find his cousin alive in the rubble that trapped her. Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker spoke to the Grand Rapids doctor. Ken?
Good evening. When he first heard news of the earthquakes and a phone call from his sister in Syria, Dr. Hussam Shakar had no idea of the devastation.
She was screaming and crying, and I did not know what was going on. I was putting my kids to sleep.
It was 8:15 on the evening of February 6th, 4:15 in the morning in Syria, a week ago today.
And she was saying, they are in the street, and I hear people screaming.
The earthquake, 7.8 and 7.5 magnitude, are being called the worst natural disaster to hit the region in a century. The number of dead continues to grow.
Unfortunately, I have two first cousins. They passed away, and each one of them had also, one had 2 kids and one had 3 kids.
The children died. The mother of the 3 children also died. All 8 in the same collapsed building in the city of Antakya, in the Hatay province.
On my mother's side, also she had one complete family, 12 members passed away, my mother's cousins.
A relative sent him video of the rubble that still traps another cousin.
The chance is very low after 7 days. But yeah, hope still. Today they found like 2 or 3 people still alive, so it gives us hope.
Many of his family members had moved to Turkey to escape war in Syria over the last decade or so.
They started a new life in South Turkey. They start to learn the language. Most of them, they live together.
Some also settled in northern Syria, also hit hard by the earthquake. Some were living in tents.
I was talking to one of my cousins, are you okay? And he was slowly answering me, yeah, I'm okay, thank God, I live in a tent.
Dr. Shakar is medical director of epilepsy at Trinity Health in Grand Rapids. More than a week after the earthquake, he and his wife mourn their family's losses from thousands of miles away. They are frustrated by the slow response of aid to Syria.
We cry most of the time, honestly. Even in our office, in the clinic, I lock the door, I cry. But it's not enough.
He says he and other doctors have raised $15,000 in Grand Rapids, sending it to groups that are helping, including the Syrian American Medical Society.
I feel it's a separate world here. In the media, I did not see enough or sufficient information about what's going on. Most people in my hospital, when I talked to them, they were surprised about the extent of the damage that happened. People here are willing to help, people willing to participate, to send even the blankets. Like, you know, like something can help a kid to sleep. They need shelter, they need food, they need heat.
Dr. Shakar says those who want to help can give to the Syrian American Medical Society or a humanitarian group known as White Helmets. We have links to both on our website.